Okay, so welcome to corporate Bhagavad Gita. There are screen, there are prayers on my screen. You can repeat with me. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuramritam Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Sopadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shuktapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान सहगणा श्री विशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेशु गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानु सुदेवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वांछाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे So welcome everyone. We'll continue from where we had stopped last week. We completed the 22nd verse, so this week we'll do 23rd verse. So this particular chapter is division of faith. According to our three modes, we will do various activities like puja, worship, charity, tapasya, penances. All these things will be done by the three modes that we have in our body. So all our activities will be directed in those directions. So last few weeks we were discussing multiple things, um, and just a recap. The three modes are sattvagun, rajagun, tamosgun. Goodness, passion, ignorance. As the name suggests, goodness is there is some good in it. The result is good. While doing it is good. Passion is where there are unlimited desires. There's hankering. We have to be passionate at times. If we are running a business, we have to be passionate. If we are playing some game, we have to be passionate. Okay. So passion is there, but there is some misery associated with it, because to achieve that we have to put in a lot of effort. So some pain is there. Hmm. But it is okay. And then there is ignorance, tamas, where there is sleep, insanity, indolence is there, helplessness is there. Sometimes we are helpless, we need sleep also. So all these three qualities are needed. Okay, it's not that it's not needed, it is needed. But if they are utilized at the wrong time, place and circumstance, then they will create problems. Hmm? So passion, we have to be passionate, like I told. We have to be passionate for our work, our ambitions and all that. There will be some misery that we may experience. Okay, but if that passion is increasing our attachment, uh, it's uncontrolled desire, hankering. Hmm? If it is distorting our intelligence, because too much of activity is going on, one is not focusing on other parts of life, one is not balanced, then it will lead to misery in multiple aspects. Okay, if that passion is leading to audacity, dissatisfaction, even in gain, false pride, hmm, then then that uh, then that particular passion is going in the negative direction. Let's put it this way, simple. Hmm. So passion is required, but if it is ending up in all these things, false pride and rashness and um, you know prestige kind of thing, then it is not helping us. Okay, like some passionate people, they ridicule others, they advertise their own prowess, they justify one's action by one's strength. Hmm. Similarly, if mode of ignorance where we have to use it when we are, you know, taking rest, sleepy. So we have to sleep at that time. But too much of sleep will make us lazy. Too less of sleep will make us crazy, hmm, will make us mad actually. And then tamas, it leads to violent hatred. Tamas is like drunkenness, you know. Drunkard people, they become violent, and they quarrel, they lament, they shout, they depress, they destroy their body, like that. They develop a lot of laziness. So tamas we need for some activity, but not for other activity, just like that. Otherwise it will lead to foolishness, nonsense. So few things that we discussed in the 17th chapter was shraddha, that is faith. In the mode of goodness, one will worship the devatas. In passion, one will worship the demons. In ignorance, one will worship the ghosts and spirits. We know there are many people who worship ghosts and spirits, and they want to control people and all that. Magic, black magic, and all this. Then some worship demons, like some worship some people who are like dictators and all that, and they like to be with such people. Why? Because they get power and they get opportunity and all that. So it's passionate. The result is not good. Then one worships the devatas, and the life is directed towards the spiritual life. That is in mode of goodness. Second, we discussed on food. Food that is juicy, fatty, wholesome, pleasing to heart. Basically, vegetarian food, grains, vegetables, milk. These all come in mode of goodness. When we eat them, we become healthy. But mode of passion is where there is too much of bitterness, sourness, salty, spicy, and after eating that food, we may vomit, we may have some distress, disease, you know. It may give immediate pleasure, but end result will be lot of problems to our body. Then mode of ignorance food is what? That which is old, which is tasteless, which is decomposed, fermented. Like we took the example of grape juice. When we bring grape from the market and we make a juice out of it, then if we drink it immediately, then it is in mode of goodness. But if we keep it old and if we decompose it, ferment it, and after 1 month if we take it, hmm, then what it becomes? What does grape juice becomes? If it is kept for many months in a dark cellar, what is it called?
Wine,
Alcohol.
wine, bro.
Wine.
Wine.
And if we drink wine, will it make us fresh?
No, no, no.
No, right? So mode of goodness, sorry, ignorance. So immediately mode of ignorance will come, and mode of ignorance will be madness. Mode of ignorance will be madness. Okay. Then we discussed on yagya, sacrifice. So this sacrifice has to be done according to scriptural directions, means what is given in the shastras. And we discussed that, you know, some people do fasting, but some people fast for political reasons also, like for their political gains they will fast. So such kind of fasting is actually not recommended, because it is not according to shastra. Shastra says fasting should be done for particular days like ekadashi, janmashtami, chaturthi, like that. But if you use it for some other purpose, then it's the wrong use. Second thing, in what you are using, it can be resolved by other things. If you are using it for political purposes need political solutions. They don't need this fasting to come over there, like that. Then in mode of passion, we discuss that, you know, some people want to do just for the sake of pride and show off. I'm this much religious and that kind of thing. So they'll do the sacrifice for those. Then there are some who would sacrifice without scriptural direction. They will do whatever they want. They'll say, this is my sacrifice and all that. And sacrifice is done without distribution of sanctified food, without Vedic mantras, without dakshina, and without faith also. I just sat for this yajna at home because my parents were pushing me and all that. So then that particular sacrifice that you did was yajna that you did was in mode of ignorance. You won't get the result. So faith has to be there. Then we discussed very important point was tapas, austerity of body, mind and speech. Body is, we have to serve our um, seniors, like father, mother, teacher, mm, worship the supreme, the brahmanas, like that. And speeches, we have to speak truthful things, beneficial things, recite the Vedic literatures. mm. And mind is, what is there for mind? Mind should be satisfied. um, hmm, it should be satisfied, it should be simple, it should be grave. Gravity means it should not be frivolous and light-hearted kind of thing. That every word that our, every thought that our mind thinks should be uh, kind of deep, hmm, kind of serious. Self-control, purification of one's existence. These are austerities of the mind. Then we discussed on charity, danam. So some people want to do danam for what? For fame. I gave so much of donation and all that. So that is in mode of passion. Some people give donation to wrong people. Hmm? They know that if they give money to this, they give money to donations to political parties. And what does political parties do? They use it for wrong purposes, right? So that kind of charity is not recommended. So what kind of charity is recommended? When you do it to the right person, that is a brahmana, vaishnava, a needy person, poor person, at a proper place, time and worthy person, like that. And and most important is without expectation, as a duty. Then it is a mode of goodness. Okay, so all these points were discussed, and then it was concluded that okay, we are yet in the conclusion. So let's start with 23 verse and we'll see the conclusion what it is. Okay, if anyone has any question you can always interrupt me. Okay. Om tatsaditi nirdesho ब्रह्मणस्त्रियविदः स्मृतः ब्राह्मणस्तेन वेदाश्च यज्ञाश्च विहिताः पुरा. So what is this? From the beginning of creation, the three words Om Tat Sat were used to indicate the Supreme. This particular Om Tat Sat, have you heard this anytime? Om Tat Sat. Hmm? If you call any Brahmana for puja at home, you will see that he will say Om Tat Sat. Have you heard this? Om Tat Sat?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. What does that mean is, whatever I have done or whatever I am going to do, whatever I am doing, I am directing it towards the supreme absolute truth. It is for the pleasure of the supreme absolute truth. It is for the satisfaction of the supreme absolute truth. These three symbolic representations were used by Brahmanas when chanting the hymns of the Vedas and during sacrifices for the satisfaction of the supreme. It is explained that penances, sacrifices, charity, food are divided into three categories. So we discussed this: the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. And whether first class, second class, or third class, they are all conditioned, contaminated by material modes. When they are aimed to the supreme, they they become the means of supreme spiritual elevation. This is a very important statement. Now, why everything has to be done for the sake of the supreme? Let me ask you. What do you think are the reasons of why we should dedicate everything for the supreme? Supreme means Ishvara, Parameshwara, Krishna. Why everything should be done for him? Any thoughts? Yeah? Any thoughts? Why Bhagavad Gita says it should be done for the Supreme? What is the advantage of doing it for the Supreme? And what are the disadvantages of doing it for oneself or someone else other than the Supreme? Any thoughts? You can hear me, right?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. See, this is the main concept in uh, the fundamental understanding of spirituality is this. Everything should be done for the Supreme. Multiple times Krishna has saying this, is saying this. In the end also he is going to say this. See, whatever we do in our life, right? It will it will be termed as karma. Karma means there will be some reaction to our work, okay? And to experience that reaction, we would either get in this life or in the next life we have to come. Okay, is this clear? All our karmas they lead to next bodies. Is this clear?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, this is the um, hmm, hmm. At the time of death we get transferred. So what are we are the spirit soul, atma. So atma gets transferred to the next body. Hmm? How do they get the body? According to their karma, according to the piousness. Okay, according to the piousness, the piousness is papa punya. Hmm? You get. So one can get animal body, human body, whatever. Plant body, fish body, depending on the how he has collected his papa punya, like that. If too much of pap is there, then one will slowly go towards animalistic bodies. If punya is there, then human body and devata body is there. Okay. So now the question is, we are going through the cycle of birth and death. Hmm? We are just going through the cycle of birth and death. That's it. From one body to another. Okay. Before I. So from one body to another we are going. And if you see this right hand side picture, now whatever we achieve in this life at the time of death, everything has to be kept here only in this world. And we have to go to the next world. Okay. So if we really question, I'm just going through and taking new bodies again and again and experiencing it. Is there a way to stop this cycle of birth and death? Is there a way for moksha, for liberation? That's a very natural question comes. Hmm? You must have seen this giant feral wheel. Giant Ferris wheel. Oh. What happens in the giant Ferris wheel? You first climb at the bottom, you go up, and then you come back again, like this, right? So, question is, am I just to be stuck in this giant Ferris wheel, going up and down, up and down, up and down? Hmm. Is there a way to come out of it? Because it is not pleasurable. If we go to the top, then we find it very happy. But when we come down, It is not the same experience. So in this material world, we are taking so many bodies. Is there an end to it? Hmm? Is there an end to it? And that end is called moksha, liberation. Now, how to achieve that moksha? So it's very simply achieved. If all our activities are directed towards the supreme, then everything is taken care. Then achieving liberation becomes easy. I always, we always discuss this example of a soldier. A soldier kills enemies on the battlefield, right? When he comes back, the king or the government don't put him in jail and say that, oh, you killed so many people. They don't do that. Now, if he kills his neighbor, then the same government will put him into jail. What is the difference then? The difference is the first killing that he did of the enemies was done on the authority of the government or the king. So there the reaction doesn't come to him. Okay? The reaction of that killing doesn't come to him. But killing his neighbor, that reaction will come to him because he did it out of his own selfish desire. So now the question is, if whatever I do, if I do it for the government, if I do it for the king, then there won't be any reaction. Isn't it? Is this logical now? Like if you're doing it for the king, then a lot of reactions don't come to us. Just like the police people, when they have to catch a criminal, they have to drive the car faster than the criminal. Okay. Let's say the criminal also broke the speed, and that's why the police is trying to catch it. Let's say the criminal is at 100. Now to catch somebody who is at 100 speed, 100 kilometers per hour, how much speed you need? You need speed greater than that. And who will do that? The policeman will do that. They will go beyond 100 and they will catch it. But if the thief says, see, I went 100, you caught me. But this policeman also went above 100. Why don't you catch him also? So what is the answer? The thief is saying, or the criminal is saying, yeah, I went over 100. The legal limit, I went over the legal limit. Yeah, definitely you have to catch me. But this policeman also went beyond 100. You have to catch him also. What is the argument over there? We know that policeman won't be caught. But then it's a fact also, to catch him, he did go beyond 100. So he also broke the rules. So did the policeman break the rules or not? What do you think?
No, Prabhu, he has not break the rule actually.
Then what has actually happened?
He has that authority to
Yeah, he
do that.
has that
Yeah.
authority to do. Hmm? He has that authority to do it because he's doing it on behalf of the government.
Government, yeah.
Okay. Now this is the point. So same thing we apply. If we do it for the supreme, then no papa comes. There are multiple shlokas. And Om Tat Sat also means the same thing. Whatever I do it for the supreme. And that becomes the mean of spiritual elevation. So if you want to spiritually elevate ourselves, we have to take moksha, liberation. Then Krishna can only give. Okay. So we dedicate everything that we do in our life to Krishna. Simple example I'll take. This is food, vegetarian food, right? This is vegetarian food. When we offer it to Krishna, it becomes prasad. Okay. So even for vegetarian food, we had to kill plants and all that. Okay. We have to, you know, cook and all this. So many bacteria and all this get died in that fire and all this. So some reaction is there. It may not be as intense as animal killing, but some reaction is there. But when we offer it to Krishna, what happens? Krishna takes away all the sin from it. The killing sin is there, it takes away from it. And what he gives us back is prasad. Prasad is without any papa. So whatever we are eating after offering to Krishna is prasad, is sanctified food. It is free of papa. So we are not accumulating papa, isn't it? We are not at all accumulating papa. See, vegetarians and non-vegetarians both are accumulating papa. The non-vegetarian is accumulating more because he is killing animals. But the vegetarian, they may be accumulating less. Why? Because they're killing the plants. Plants don't have that much consciousness as compared to animals. But if you offer the bhoga to Krishna, then he takes away the papa. So when we takes away the papa, then we slowly advance spiritually, right? Because to get liberation, all our papa has to go away. No? So this is how it goes. So same thing, it becomes the me of spiritual elevation. Any question or comment on it before we move forward? Any question or comment?
No, Prabhu.
Okay. In the scriptural injunctions, such an objective is indicated. These three words, Om Tat Sat, particularly indicate the absolute truth, the personality of God, Supreme Personality of God. In the Vedic hymns, the word Om is always found. So here I'm chanting Om Om Om, but generally we cannot say like that. But here it is said it's actually Pranava. It should be called Pranava. One who acts without following the rules of regulations will not attain the absolute truth. So the scriptural rules and regulations should be followed. Then only the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is achieved. He will get some temporary result. Some temporary result is there, but not the ultimate end of life. The conclusion is that the performance of charity, sacrifices, penances must be done in mode of goodness. In mode of goodness means what? As a duty, without expectation, with to a worthy person, for the right reasons in the Shastras. Then it is a mode of goodness. And what is the result of mode of goodness? As the name suggests, there will be good results only. Performed in the mode of passion and ignorance, they are certainly inferior in quality. The three words Om Tat Sat are uttered in conjunction with the holy names of the Supreme Lord, like Om Tat Vishnu. Whenever a Vedic hymn or a holy name of the Supreme Lord is uttered, Om is added. This is an indication of the Vedic literature. There are three words that are taken from Vedic hymn. Om Ityetad Brahmano. Nadishtam Nam indicate the first word. Then Tattvamasi. Oh, this is a very famous sentence. Tattvamasi. You are that. Or you are servant of that. Indicates the second goal. And Sadeva Somyam indicates the third goal. Combined they become Om Tat Sat. Formally, when Brahma, the first created living entity, performed sacrifices, he indicated by these three words the supreme personality of Godhead. Therefore, the same principle has been followed by disciplic succession. So, the hymn has great significance. Bhagavad Gita recommends that therefore any work done should be done for Om Tat Sat or the supreme personality of Godhead. When one performs penances, charity and sacrifices with these three words, he is acting in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is a scientific execution of transcendental activities which enables one to return home. Enables one to return home means going back home, back to God. Back to God. There is no loss of energy in acting in such a transcendental way. Okay. Text number 24. Tasmadom iti udharitya. तस्मादोम इत्युदारतः यज्ञदानतपः क्रियः प्रवर्तन्ते विधानोक्ताः सततं ब्रह्मवादिना. Thereafter, transcendentalists undertake performing of sacrifices, charity, and penances in accordance with the scriptural injunctions, beginning with always with Om to attain the supreme. So, those who follow the Shastras, they do all the sacrifice, yajna, dana, and tapa in accordance with scriptural regulations, and they begin with Om. That's what we see, right? The Brahmanas chant Om, and then he makes the Yajman also chant Om, and so many things. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam, the lotus feet of Vishnu are the supreme devotional platform. The performance of everything on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead assures the perfection of all activities. So, therefore, we should direct all our activities in Sri Krishna. Actually, Krishna in one of the sloka he says very nicely. Yat karoshi yad ashnashi yad joshi tadasi yat. What is it? Let's see. Okay, lot of whatever are there. But this is the one I was saying. Yat kurosi yad ashnashi yad juhosi dadasi yat tapasasya kaunteya tat krusva mad arpanam. So which chapter Krishna says this thing? 9.28. Okay. You see, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Koti, as an offering to me. Okay? And Krishna is the supreme. So here Om Tat Sat also means the same thing. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam. Okay. Taditi.
Prabhu,
Yes.
Prabhu, you said like we should not say that word. Instead, we should say it as pranav.
Yeah. That is there. But right now it is in the purport and all that, so I have to read. So I have to say. Yeah. So chanting this pranava, that is Om, requires some qualification. Okay. One of the thing is that one should take bath. After bath only one should chant. Then there are certain mantras. Hmm? Like Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, like that. They also need certain, there are also rules, and they have to be received from a Brahmana, okay, in a parampara and all that. Now, today what has happened is when we go to holy places, sometimes these mantras are going on in a loudspeaker, okay, but in a traditional Vedic way, they were received. Now, so there are some details to it. I'm also not fully aware, but I'm aware that there are some rules for it. At least the pranava has a rule that it should be chanted after bath, not before bath. One has to be clean.
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah.
Hmm? Now there is such no such rule for holy name of Krishna.
Ah.
There is no new rule for names of Krishna. So names of Krishna, Rama, Krishna, Hari, Narasimha, all these names don't have rule. They can be chanted by anyone, anytime, any place, any circumstances, before bath, anywhere, any place. Any place means any place. You cannot chant the Vedic mantras, but you can chant the name of Krishna anywhere. There is no hard and fast rule. So, like
Okay, Prabhu.
we
Yeah.
in ISKCON, we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Okay.
You see, in that whole mantra, it's Hare Rama and Krishna. There's no pranav in it. There's no Vedic mantra. It is Nama. It is pure name that can be chanted anywhere. Like some people chant Jai Jai Rama Krishna Hari. Hmm? That also can be chanted anywhere. Some chant Jai Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. There are various mantras of. It's not actually called mantra. It's called Nama only. When we say mantra, na, it is actually Vedic mantras. Hmm? Anyway, so that's the difference. The name of Krishna has no rules, but the Vedic mantras have rules.
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah.
Yeah. तदित्य तदित्यनिभिसन्धाय फलं यज्ञतपः क्रियः दानक्रियश्च विविधाः क्रियन्ते मोक्ष क्रियन्ते मोक्षकांक्षभिः. Without desiring fruitive results, one should perform various kinds of sacrifice, charity, and penances with the word Tat. So first is Om. Om is I am directing it towards the Supreme. Tat is the purpose of such activities is to free from material entanglement. Okay? Om Tat Sat. So Om is I am directing it to the Supreme. Krishna in the ninth chapter he says, not ninth, 10th chapter, he says, I am Omkara. He says like that. Let's see if we can find out. Ah, 25 verse. Marshinam Brigurham Marshinam Brigurham Girinam Giranam Giramasmi Giramasmi Ekam Aksharam. Ekam Aksharam. It's called Ekam Aksharam. There's another way of saying Pranava. See? Ekam Aksharam is Pranava. Eka Aksharam. That's nothing but the O. It represents Krishna. In the 10th chapter, he says this. Okay, Tat. Tat is freedom from material entanglement. I am directing towards the Supreme, free from the material entanglement. Material entanglement means what? We have always seen the picture of spider web. What is happening? In this spider web, we see some flies which get caught in it. Now, if they the flies tries to come out of it, is it possible? Is it possible for a fly caught in a spider's web to come out of it?
No, Prabhu. When it tries it, it makes it more complicated to come out.
Makes it more complicated. So that is what is called as entanglement. That is what is called an entanglement. You see, the spider is small in size, and such a big butterfly also cannot free itself from the web of the spider. This is called the entanglement. So in material world, what happens is, whatever activity we do, we are
We make
forced to take a new body to enjoy it or to suffer it. If it's a punya, then we have to take body to enjoy it, and if it's a papa, then we have to take a body to suffer it. So it is entangling, right? It is like we are not getting free from the jail, we are not getting liberation. So Om Tat Sat. So Tat is to get free from entanglement. To be elevated to spiritual position, one should not act for any material gain. Material gain means, personally I don't want any gain out of it. If it comes on its own accord, it's fine, but I am doing it as a duty. Just like a policeman does it, he saves somebody, it is out of duty. It's not that I saved you, now you give me 5 lakh rupees. Does the policeman say like that? No, he says, this is my duty, I will do it. I'll do it for the sake of my duty. So that should be the aim. But let's say he saves some child of a very rich person. It's normal, the rich person may give something back to that, to the policeman to save, right? It can happen. Similarly, whatever activity we will do, we will definitely get some benefit, some material benefit we'll get. But that is not the reason we are doing. We are doing it um, for duty. We are doing it as a duty. And what's the ultimate gain we want? To be transferred to the spiritual kingdom, Vaikuntha planets, back home, back to Godhead. That's the result we want. Okay. Sadbhave sadhubhave cha sadityet sadiyet sadityet okay sadityetat prayujyate प्रशस्ते कर्माणि तथा सच सच शब्दः पार्थ युज्यते यज्ञे तपसि दाने च स्थितिः सिद्धिति चौच्यते कर्म चैव तदीयर्थे what is this saditi eva vidiyate saditi eva vidiyate. Okay, now here om tat sat. Okay, what is sat then? So sat will be explained here. The absolute truth is the objective of devotional sacrifice. It is indicated by the word sat. Object is what? The supreme. For the supreme, for free of entanglement, to achieve the supreme. The performance of sacrifice is called sat, as are all works of sacrifice, penance, charity, which true to the absolute nature are to be performed to please the Supreme Lord. So first, I am doing it for the Supreme Lord. Second, to free from material entanglement. Third, to please Him. That is what simply it means Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. So Om is directed towards Supreme. Tat to free from material entanglement, and Sat is to please the Supreme. Okay, makes sense? Om Tat Sat. The word prashate karmani means prescribed duties, indicates there are many activities prescribed in the Vedic literature which are purificatory processes beginning from the time of conception up to the end of one's life. What are these purificatory processes meant? What is the technical word for these purificatory processes? Anyone knows?
Sanskar? No.
Yeah, sanskaras.
Sanskaras. Yeah.
Yeah. I must have one slide which may have said what are the 16 samskaras. What is this? Or maybe we should take this. See, all the samskaras we have to do for what? To please the Supreme. Right? For the Supreme, without entanglement, to please Him. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, as followers of Vedic culture, Vedic system, these samskaras are very important. First is Garbhadan Sanskar. Of all the samskaras, right, this is one of the most important samskaras, Garbhadan Sanskar. And unfortunately, people have very little idea what it is. It simply means that before having a child, the husband and wife who are duly married in Vedic marriage, they should perform Garbhadhan steps. Hmm? And in those steps, there is a very shastras mentioned, but in general, what it means is that you pray to the Supreme Lord to attract a very spiritual soul. And to do that, we also perform, the husband and wife also performs spiritual activities. In ISKCON, we say to chant 50 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In the Garbhadan Sanskar book, there are various other things mentioned. What is the food, what is the clothing, what kind of mantras will be chanted. Okay, so all these things. So it then guarantees a soul who is spiritually inclined, who is dharmically inclined. And when the soul is in the womb, third month, there is a puja to be done, a yagya to be done, punsavan, and simantam. Simantam is for the protection. Probably seventh month we have to do it. Then jata karma, namakaran. Namakaran everyone does, name giving ceremony. What is the uh, what is the gist of namakaran? Can you tell me? Namakaran means, what is the gist of it? What is the purpose of it, and what is the essence of this sanskar? Can you tell? It's very easy. You focus on this word nama. Can you tell? Namakaran. What is the gist of it? Okay, let me put in another ways. What kind of names are you going to choose to give it to your child? What names are you going to choose to give it to your child?
So that we can remember God, maybe the different.
Yeah, so we should choose names which are names of Krishna, Rama, Narsimha, like that. Name of Lord Hari. Or name of the Devatas also sometimes. Like Shiva, Parvati, Ganesha. They are also devotees of Krishna. So the name should help us remember Krishna, okay, to be dharmic, and for the benefit of the child also. Whenever he says, my name is so and so, my name is Hari, then he is also chanting the name of Hari. Everyone is hearing the name of Hari. The parents are also happy because they kept the name Hari, right? So everyone is benefited. So that is the gist of Namakaran. But what is happening today? In the name of modernity, young couples, parents, they are choosing such names which have no connection with Nama, and sometimes they are choosing wrong names which are not there in the Vedic Shastra. On YouTube, if you visit some of that, Nityananda Mishra is there, he will tell that some names actually don't exist in Sanskrit, but how they came up with that. So that's a mistake people are doing. But so one need to understand what is Namakaran. Then Nishkaramam, taking the child first time out of the house. When do you where do you think they will take the child first time out of the house?
To the
Basically to the
temple.
temple.
Yes. Mm.
Annaprashanam. This everyone does actually. Annaprashanam, 6th month, 7th month, I think. Solid food is given. Um, then there is one more done at that time in Annaprashanam, that they allow the child to touch few things. They'll keep money, they'll keep books, then they'll keep shastra, and they will see what the child touches. So it is found like what the child touches at that point, that is his aspiration. So if he touches books, that is his aspirations. He'll be very studious and all that. If he touches shastra, that will be his aspiration. Like that. Anna Prashanam we did. Okay. Chodakaram, first hair cutting. Which place is very famous for hair cutting? Tirupati. Karanavedam, piercing of ears. Vidyaramam. Vidyaramam. Yeah, this is pretty famous in South India, right? Saraswati temple. Which day they do Vidyaramam?
Vasant,
Vijayadashmi, Dasara
Vijayadashmi?
time.
Vasanta Panchami. Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Vasant.
There are many days,
Uh,
but I think Saraswati Day is there, Vijayadashmi is there, sometimes Vasanta Panchami is there. Hmm. Then Upanayam, that is, I think 10, 12 years. This is the time one gets the Brahma Gayatri mantra. Now, this Brahma Gayatri mantra is generally taken from father if he himself is chanting it and he has Upanayam done, or it is taken from a Brahman. And the rules here is that he will chant the Brahma Gayatri 3 times a day at the Sandhya, and he will do various other pujas, Sandhya Vandanam also he will do. In the Vedic time, Upanayam was done for 3 Varnas: Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudra. Sorry, Brahmana, Vaishya, and Kshatriya. These 3 Varnas. Shudra was not allowed. Okay, and they had different mantras. In today's world, today's time, Upanayam is happening with only Brahma Gayatri. And then this is before and after each year of study. That's pretty interesting, right? Then first shave of girl or first menstruals. Okay, this Keshantham is for boy and Ritu Suddhi is for girl. We mostly know about Ritu Suddhi, hmm? Because that is celebrated in many homes. Ritu Suddhi, right? When girl is first menstrual cycle happens. But Keshantham boy is I'd never heard of this. So, sometimes society thinks, oh, it's only for girls, huh? It's only for girls. Boys don't have it. So, actually, boys also have it. First shave is Keshantam.
mm,
Then, end of student life. Then, Vivaha. Vivaha is a samskara. Samskara means it's an impression on the mind. So, all these are very good impressions on the mind. When it is done in Vedic literature in front of the Supreme, in the temple, with many Brahmanas around, with well wishers around, it is an impression. And Vivaha is a big impression. And then there is Antyashti, that is after death. They do all the Kriyakaram. That is also a samskara. So there the person is already left. So where what the impression is? The impression is on the soul. He has gone with the gross body, subtle body. Na? So Shraddha and all that is going. That is taken to him. Hmm? And he advances further in his journey. So like this, these are the important 16 samskaras. Try to do as much as we can. Hmm? If you are coming in a family where all these things are done, just do it so that the next generation continues to do it. Hmm? It's very, very important. See, this
Yes,
is
Prabhu.
actually it is said 40 samskaras are there. 16 are majors actually. So there are actually 40. There are many more actually, but these are the minimum and the major ones. Fortunately, we are doing few things. Vivaha samskar we do. We have to Atyan Jantari we are saying. Ritu Suddhi we are saying. Arna Prashanam we are saying. Right? Namakarana. Sometimes mistakes are done over there. Okay. Okay. So I just went over the details because this is very, very important. Okay. This is very, very important. Okay. It's already 2 p.m. Two more verses. So let's stop here. Any questions or comments? Anyone has any question or comment?
Prabhu, a general question. One,
Hmm.
uh, somebody was actually, I mean, they were asking whether this Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Lord to Arjun on the first day of the battlefield, correct? But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there is a confusion whether it was when it was narrated to Dhritarashtra by Sanjay. He said like
Yeah,
the
yeah, 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 yeah,
10th day, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah. So the thing is, when it was documented, it is documented the one that Sanjaya spoke to Dhritarashtra, and
yeah.
Sanjaya was the charioteer of Bhishma Pitama. So on the 10th day of the Mahabharat war, Bhishma Pitama fell down. Fell down in sense he was defeated and he slept on the arrow of bed. Sorry, bed of arrows. Hmm?
Mhm.
Then Sanjaya didn't had any job, so he came the 10th day, that day itself, or the next day he came to Dhritarashtra. And then Dhritarashtra asked, Kim Kurvata Sanjaya? What happened? That time Sanjaya said, Ashru
Oh,
Kolena. So he said, Arjuna cried and he was not ready to fight. Then Krishna spoke, you are not body. Hmm? You have to do this for the supreme. Like that 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita he spoke. So the day he spoke to Dhritarashtra was Ekadashi.
mhm.
That's why this in December there is this Ekadashi, Mokshada Ekadashi. But
Mokshada.
actually, it was actually spoken 10 days before that, and that happens to be Amavasya.
Uh-huh.
So it is like that.
Okay, okay.
So it was spoken 10 days before that actual Ekadashi. So, so yeah, you are clear, right?
Yeah, yeah, Prabhu. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, yes. But such a detail is not so important, okay? It is little
Yeah,
important, but it's
it is
not
only
so
for, yeah,
important.
yeah,
The
yeah,
most
correct.
important is to recite
Bhagavad,
Bhagavad Gita.
yeah, yeah, yes, yes,
To
yes.
read Bhagavad Gita, to understand Bhagavad Gita, and to follow Bhagavad Gita. So
Correct.
once one disciple of Srila Prabhupada said, or one person said, I can chant Bhagavad Gita in 45 minutes. So it is
Uh,
said that Bhagavad Gita was spoken in 45 minutes. Okay. If you
mhm,
go with the normal speed of Sanskrit and all that, it comes to 45 minutes, 700 slokas, 45 minutes.
mhm.
Okay. For us, it's taking more than 4 years to complete Bhagavad Gita. But
Uh,
Krishna told Arjuna to in 45 minutes. So he told to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I can chant in 45 minutes.
mm.
Prabhupada, can you live Bhagavad Gita for 1 minute? So we have to live Bhagavad Gita. Okay, we have to understand it and we have to implement it in our life. That is more important.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Any
correct.
other last question or comment?
No, Prabhu.
Hmm? No, right? Okay. Okay. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada
Hare
ki jai.
Thank
Hare
you so much, Prabhu.